Welcome back to another episode of That Green Vegans podcast. I'm Kelly. Hey, so by the title of this, I can't stay silent. And oh my goodness, like I'm the kind of person that, just don't go there, right? Because there's a lot of ignorant people in this world. And I was always told never talk about a person's spouse, their kids, politics, or religion, right? But it's Black History Month. It's really Black History Month. And even though I don't really celebrate Black History Month, because I celebrate Black history every day, I don't just pick a month. And I remember seeing it was a short, right? It was a clip, and it was I believe it was Morgan Freeman. I believe that to be so. And they was asking him Black History Month, and he was like, "I don't celebrate Black History. You just can't take all the contributions and history and then just put it in a month and then that's it, And it's like, no, it's supposed to be, highlighted, but like, no, it should be all the way. It should be highlighted all the times. And I think he was talking to someone and he said, would you like a Jewish month? And the guy was like, looked offensive, offended. And he was like, no, he's like, exactly. So why you just give us that? And you have to think too, not only is February the shortest month of the year, but yes, it's packed with so many other things. You got Valentine's Day, you got President's Day, you got Chinese New Year. It's just a mess. It's just a lot of stuff, right? So anyway, the reason why I wanted to just kind of touch bases and talk about this particular subject is people have been sending this to me left and right. And it's just like, what do you want me to do with this? And I feel like this, once somebody sends you something, once you've seen it, you can't unseen it. Once you hear it, you can't unhear it. And I mean, that's how I feel too. And I'm the kind of person, it's like, whatever. People have their opinions. It is what it is. I don't really be tripping like that. But this really kind of pissed me off. And it was for those that are living under a rock. The White House actually released a post, and it had a picture of, Obama and Michelle, the Obamas, and they were portrayed as monkeys in a forest, right? And you know what? That's some low vibrational demonic stuff, but for it to be in Black History Month. Now, let me tell you something. Our Black History Months from the past, I would say 5 years have been crazy. It's been crazy. I don't think it's been 1 month where it's always something. If you guys, not to bring up the past, but the Gorilla Girl, that happened in Black History Month. The Gorilla Glue Girl. Oh my goodness. But that's another story. But anyway, so I thought it was fake. Like, I'm like, nah, you know what? I mean, I know it's a lot of stuff going on. And then you got this stuff going on with like Nicki Minaj and, all this stuff is happening during, Black History Month, whatever. And so I feel like it's just, what celebration? What celebration? I haven't seen, there's no parades. There's no, people really talking about it, which I feel like it should. I feel like it should be talked about year round, and I feel like it shouldn't just be, made into like a little bitty pill that you take it and that's it, right? So anyway, back to the post. And I thought this got to be fake. So I started like doing research, whatever, and it was on like CNN, right? And I was like, oh, it is true. It's true because it made it to like the big networks, and they talked about it, whatever, and they did take it down, whatever. And it was like, I forgot, this Black Republican he was like, oh, take it down, which they did take it down, whatever. But then, and they was trying to make it seem like, oh, he wasn't Trump. But y'all, come on. Y'all know Trump is Twitter happy. And even though he was banned at one time, he was so cray-cray with it. He, got it back, whatever. So I know he'd be like, whatever. So when they questioned him about that, do you know, I don't know if you guys heard this part, but he was saying how it was portrayed from the Lion King. Are you slow or are you stupid to believe, to even think that we believe that was from the Lion King? I watched The Lion King. Actually, The Lion King was one of my favorite movies, right? Very, just has a great story, sad, happy, just all kind of emotions. I cried. I ain't gonna even front. I cried. And for him to say that, to depict the first Black president and say that was representation of the Lion King. Who told him that? Who told him to say that? Because they all need to go. I'm just saying. But anyway, I was just dumbfounded that even came out of his mouth. And, there are actually people that are taken up for this. Look, I do have a petty bone, and it's to the right side of my spine, right? And it do go all the way down to my feet, right? I think it starts like my mid back and it goes down to my feet. But even I would not say such horrible, horrible things. And, I'm not even going to front, like Trump as a president, but Trump as like a businessman, even that's like questionable, whatever. But there was a time where, it's not like, oh, I like Trump, but it's like I did not like him, But after hearing that, yeah, I can't, because usually I'd be like, oh, just ignore it. But it's like, no, I don't see how you can come back for this. I don't see how you can come back from this. Because, they say you shouldn't separate, or you should separate the person from the politics, right? Or the person from the platform kind of thing. So, and I know this to be true because I know certain people that's on certain platforms, they come across a certain kind of way, but then, they're a whole different kind of person. But no, he is what you get. He is what you get. And there's no filter. There's no chill. And I remember, this is before he ran, and if you can look on Netflix, I don't know if the movie's still on Netflix, but it talks about, like a documentary about like Trump, and, it just talks about him and like how he propelled himself. And then it also talked about, the things that he do to brainwash people, right? And he do because he incited that riot. Come on, people want to forget. It's crazy. I always say this. People cherry pick. They cherry pick what they want you to know, right? And actually, this is a really great topic because there's so many minions in this world. There's minions, and there are just goofies. They're just goofy. There's goofy people out here that would just believe whatever that somebody say, right? Because of their popularity. Now, the thing about it, I have friends who like voted for Trump, and they are, 10 toes down, and, oh, he's got to do this, he got to do that, and da, 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 right? And now they're seeing all this stuff that's happening, and they're like, oh my God, my pension, what? Excuse me, who? What? Okay, so, but you was just 10 toes down from him. And now you like, backpedaling. But it is what it is. And like I said, I don't talk about people's spouses. I don't talk about their kids. I don't talk about politics, and I don't talk about religion, right? Because those are very sensitive, and people do go back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Like one minute they'll be like, oh, I don't like this, I don't like that, whatever. Oh, like say if it's a spouse, right? And their spouse, is this, that, and another. And someone told me, they said anytime that someone talks about like abusive relationship, they're gonna go back. They're gonna go back, and I don't know why is that to be true, but a lot of times that is to be true. And it was funny because I was watching this Tubi movie, and the woman, she was with this guy. She met this guy online, and then he ended up being like an abuser and stuff to him. Guess who the abuser was? Bobby Valentino. Bobby Valentino. So it's funny because Bobby Valentino went through that whole scandal. So he don't go by Bobby Valentino no more. He go by Bobby V. Wilson. So when they said Bobby V, first person I thought of was like Bobby Valentino, but then it said Bobby V. Wilson, and I was like, oh, that must be somebody else, but it was him. So he's like, I guess he's trying to like reinvent himself kind of thing. But they showed him in a movie having sex with this woman from the back, and I'm like, oh, why do you do that? You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, because it's questionable when you do it from the back. Because let me stop. I'm gonna leave it. But anyway, the movie was, I don't know, it was decent. It kept my attention. I watched the whole thing, because I'm the kind of person, like, I don't care. I get halfway through a movie, if I'm not feeling it, I would just turn it off, and then I just complain, like, oh my goodness, I wasted my life, whatever. But because I'd be trying to like hold on, like, okay, it's gonna get better, but it's don't. And I think what happens sometimes, even like with politics and people that they follow, is like, okay, there might have been a time when things were like good. Because I think what happens is like with Trump, when he had the what do you call it, when he did the what are those checks called, the stimulus checks, they would call stimulus checks. So people got those stimulus checks, right? And I guess like they remember that. So I think a lot of people felt like, oh, vote them in, vote this person in, I get a stimulus check. But the stimulus check was for what, $1,500 or something like that. It was correct, $1,200, $1,250 or something like that. It was, I mean, it's not a lot of money. I mean, if you don't have no money, yes, $1,200, $1,500 is a lot of money, but it's like, it's going to be gone, right? So I think people in their mind was thinking, oh, I'm going to vote. And I don't know, I'm just in my mind, I'm going to vote and I'm going to get another stimulus check. But it's like, that didn't even happen. I think people are still waiting for their stimulus checks. Just like people just be waiting, like maybe one good thing happened, and they'll just hold on to that. They will just hold on to that one little thing, and they will just forget everything else. So it's just like an abusive relationship, right? Maybe you had a really good time in that relationship and stuff, and so you start putting up with heck of just trash and being treated like crap and then just torn down. But then in the back of your mind, you keep thinking like, oh, okay. Because I think like in the movie that I was watching with Bobby Valentino, she was saying one part of the movie that he had this huge, he had a huge, private part, and she was telling her friends, right? And so anyway, in the movie, one of her friends went over and, had sex with her boyfriend, had sex with Bobby Valentino. That's the one that they was having sex in the back. And the only reason why I'm thinking, because every time I think about that, I think about the situation when he was with I don't know. Stuff like that is hard to live down. You know what I'm saying? Because that was very, very public and stuff. But he's trying to change. And I feel like this, it is what it is. And if you like that, just be like, I like that. I mean, let me tell you something. And I know this sounds hella crazy. And please do not judge me. But to have a girlfriend, like a friend who's a girl, because but then they have like a penis? Like, come on. Come on, you got the best of both worlds. You know what I'm saying? Because women, they're not women, right? But I'm just saying, women, we love to dress, we love to be cute, we love to go out and do girl things. It's fun, right? I don't know, but shut up. But anyway, it's like, so maybe for him, he's like, okay, cool. Like maybe he want both, right? He want the pokey stick and he want the hoe, right? And so if he gets with somebody who is, trans, he can have both of both worlds. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe he just don't want to be with a man. Maybe he wants to be with somebody that look like a woman who's pleasantly, aesthetically, resembles us, because we are fly and, okay, come on, let's just keep it a beat. But anyway, so yeah, maybe that was the situation with him, right? But just stay 10 toes down kind of thing. And, to circle back on, the post and how disgusting it was. And like, yeah, it's like, move accordingly. It's like, I don't say, oh, you innocent until proven guilty. I'm sorry. And I know that this is a really jacked up way to look at life, but you guilty until proven innocent, right? So you have to gain my trust. I'm just not going off the beam. It was so funny. I was on Sea Life live, right? And it was some lady. I'm just gonna say her name is Sarah. I don't remember what her name was, but Sarah was like going off on him, right? So he ended up, because I don't block. I mean, unless someone tells me to like block somebody, and look, if they're spamming, yes, I will block, but because I do hold a wrench. But I mean, a lot of people like trolls. Like, for instance, like Violet, she likes trolls, whatever she does. She's like, whatever, trolls is cool, whatever, unless they're being like super disrespectful. Well, anyway, Sea Life, he ended up like, blocking or whatever. So then Kevin came in and Kevin started, said something like, you can have freedom of speech. And he was like, that's right, Kevin, you cool with me. And then Kevin started calling him all kind of names and cussing at him. He said, what happened? I thought we was cool. And it was so funny. And then someone else in the chat was like, yeah, I didn't trust him anyway. It was like a little mini soap opera. And that's why sometimes it's fun to be on lives, because you know what? You like it. Stuff is happening in real time. And I am such like, what do you call it? Voyager. Like, I like to see. Oh, it's crazy. Sometimes, I just be watching. I won't. I do that like with one particular person's live, because he got some crazy chicks on his lives. And I just be like, some of them, I mean, not everybody's crazy. Some of them I love, but the majority of them, they weird. So I don't like go on there now. I just listen from the clouds, or I just be listening from the bushes and stuff like that. Because currently I stay pretty busy. I've been really busy, like working on and now, you know what? I'm really happy because things are really like coming together. Like I didn't have like watch hours, right? And then for like a year it just stayed on the same thing, and then now it's like every day is growing, and I'm like so happy, and I still feel so blessed. And so I mean, if I keep on this projective, I feel like, it'll happen eventually. But yeah, I'm just really happy and really psyched and stuff like that. But it takes work and it takes time, and I think people who love you, they understand. And I'm gonna make a live about that. Like, don't feel guilty for like pouring into yourself. Don't feel guilty for like doing it on your things. And if people make you feel like that, then you need to just like You need to stay away from them because no one should make you feel guilty for, working on your stuff. I always say this. If I'm working at a KFC, I can't always go to Popeyes and eat your food. Like I got a whole ass KFC that I need to run. You know what I'm saying? And those that get it will get it. And those that be like, I don't know. Like you're not obligated to nobody. You don't owe nobody anything. That's it. I think I'm gonna just cut that off there, here, whatever, because I feel like I said too much. But you gotta be careful too, because I just don't want to hurt. I just don't want to hurt anybody's feelings or make people feel a certain kind of way, whatever. But it's just like, just don't feel like you have to be a minion. I always say that. Free thinker, free your mind. Like, you got to do what's good for you. And if what is good for you doesn't appease to another person, then don't feel bad about it. I'll wrap it up here, but I just want to say, if you stuck around this long, thank you, because, oh my God, I ranted on. But just remember, think about yourself, pour into yourself. You know what I'm saying? And do what's good for you. And let me tell you something, because if you like it, I love it. And if no one's told you today that they love you, I love you. Mwah! Now go out there and be great. Bye.